The law of practice is one of the most important principles for success in any area of life. This law states that the more you practice a skill or activity, the better you get at it. Every time you repeat a task, you become more efficient, more skillful, and more confident. Your mind and body learn through repetition, and eventually your performance improves to the point of mastery. You've probably heard the saying, practice makes perfect. While perfection is rarely the goal, consistent practice does make progress, and progress leads to mastery. Whether you're learning a new language, developing a professional skill, playing a musical instrument, or working on your physical fitness, the more time and effort you invest in practice, the better your results will be. In life, nothing worthwhile comes easily or instantly. Mastery takes time, patience, and a commitment to continuous improvement. One of the most important things to understand about the law of practice is that there are no shortcuts. Every skill, every achievement, every success is the result of countless hours of focused, intentional practice. Tracy often says you have to put in the work before you can enjoy the rewards. Success is the result of preparation, discipline, and sustained effort over time. If you want to achieve greatness in any area, the law of practice is the foundation that will get you there. The power of consistency in practice. The most powerful element of the law of practice is consistency. It's not about practicing for hours in a single day. It's about showing up every day, putting in the effort, and gradually improving over time. Consistent practice builds momentum, and that momentum leads to exponential growth in your ability. Many people give up on their goals because they become impatient with their progress. They want quick results, but mastery doesn't work that way. Whether it's learning a new skill, developing a business, or achieving personal goals, consistent daily practice is the only way to ensure long-term success. Tracy often refers to the concept of incremental improvement, or the idea that small, steady progress adds up over time. He calls it the 1% rule. If you improve just 1% every day, by the end of the year, you will have improved dramatically. This small daily improvement is the key to mastering any skill or achieving any goal. It may seem like slow progress at first, but the cumulative effect of consistent practice is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. The importance of deliberate practice. When we talk about the law of practice, it's important to understand the difference between deliberate practice and mindless repetition. Deliberate practice is the process of consciously working on improving specific aspects of a skill. It's focused, goal-oriented, and often involves stepping outside your comfort zone. Mindless repetition, on the other hand, can lead to stagnation. Simply repeating the same actions over and over again without intention or improvement won't lead to mastery. Deliberate practice involves constantly challenging yourself, seeking feedback, and working on the areas where you need the most improvement. Deliberate practice is essential for mastery because it forces you to confront your weaknesses and turn them into strengths. For example, if you're learning to play an instrument, deliberate practice might involve focusing on a difficult piece of music that challenges your technical skills. If you're working on improving your public speaking, it might involve practicing in front of a small group of people and asking for constructive feedback. One of the reasons deliberate practice is so effective is because it forces you to engage in focused, purposeful learning. You're not just going through the motions, you're actively working to improve your skills and push your limits. This level of focus and engagement is what accelerates your progress and leads to mastery over time. Repetition and neural pathways. The law of practice also has a scientific basis. When you practice a skill repeatedly, your brain creates new neural pathways that make the task easier and more efficient over time. This process is known as neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change and adapt as a result of experience and practice. Every time you practice a skill, your brain strengthens the neural connections associated with that activity. As these connections become stronger, the task becomes more automatic and less mentally demanding. This is why activities that once felt difficult or unfamiliar eventually becomes second nature with enough practice. For example, think back to when you first learned how to ride a bike or drive a car. At first, it probably felt overwhelming. You had to focus on every little detail from balancing the bike to controlling the pedals. But after repeated practice, your brain developed the neural pathways needed to perform these tasks automatically. Today, you can probably ride a bike or drive a car without even thinking about it. This same principle applies to any skill you want to master. The more you practice, the more efficient your brain becomes at performing the task. Over time, what once felt difficult becomes effortless. And this is the key to achieving mastery. The role of feedback in practice. One of the most important elements of effective practice is feedback. Feedback allows you to identify areas where you can improve and make adjustments to your approach. Without feedback, it's easy to fall into the trap of mindless repetition and miss opportunities for growth. Tracy emphasizes the importance of seeking constructive feedback from others, whether it's from a mentor, coach, or peers. Feedback provides valuable insights into your performance and helps you refine your skills. It's not about criticism. It's about learning what's working, what's not, and how you can get better. When you practice with feedback, you accelerate your progress. For example, if you're working on improving your sales skills, getting feedback from a mentor or coach can help you identify specific areas where you can improve, such as your communication style or negotiation techniques. By incorporating that feedback into your practice, you make faster and more meaningful improvements. The 1-0-0-0-0 rule. You may have heard of the 1-0-0-0-0 rule, popularized by author Malcolm Gladwell. The rule suggests that it takes roughly 1-0-0-0-0 hours of deliberate practice to achieve mastery in any field. While the exact number of hours may vary depending on the individual and the skill, the underlying principle is the same. Mastery takes time, effort, and practice. The 1-0-0-0-0 hour rule is a reminder that there are no shortcuts to success. If you want to become an expert in any field,